This floor plan blew me away, not because it's flashy, but because GFO figured out how to give you space, flow, and a 3-car garage on a 50-foot wide lot without wasting a single square foot. And here's the thing, most buyers overlook this plan. I'm going to show you why that's a big mistake and why this home might be one of the smartest, most livable layouts in the Pflugerville area right now. And stick with me to the end. You're going to see some features most agents won't even point out. Now let's check out the McKinley by GFO. This one's going to surprise you. Let's go. Welcome to the McKinley floor plan by GFO Home, located in the Enclave at Cele community in Pflugerville, Texas. This 2-story home sits on a 50-foot wide lot and offers an intelligently designed layout with 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a rare 3-car garage, something you almost never see at this size and price point. The main level features an open concept design that flows effortlessly between the kitchen, dining, and living spaces, ideal for everyday living and entertaining. Upstairs, all 4 bedrooms are thoughtfully placed for privacy and functionality, including a generous primary suite with a large walk-in closet and tons of natural light. And I'm Ryan Schwartz, your guide to Austin living and relocation. A few years ago, I made a decision to transform my life, losing over 85 pounds, committing to my health and family, and building a business that helps families just like yours make confident, well-informed real estate decisions. And as a broker associate, a husband, and a dad to twin boys, I understand how important it is to find a home that actually works for your life, not just your checklist. And while you're watching, drop a comment below. What's something you absolutely need in your next home? A flexible loft, a wide open layout, a garage that fits real life. I read every comment and use your feedback to decide what I tour next. And if you're enjoying this, hit the like button. It helps more buyers see this video. It helps more buyers like you discover these homes. And be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll never miss what's coming next. Also, here's something most buyers don't realize. Do not visit the builder's sales office alone. Having a knowledgeable agent in your corner doesn't cost you anything, but it could save you thousands in missed incentives, upgrades, and smart negotiation strategies. I've helped dozens of buyers unlock hidden builder incentive just by having the proper representation. And if you're thinking about relocating, building new, or even selling your current home, feel free to reach out. My contact info is in the description, and I'd love to help you guide through the process. And as for the Enclave at Cele, this community offers that rare balance of peaceful neighborhood living with a quick access to tech campuses, SH 130, and top-rated schools. It's Pflugerville convenience with just the right amount of privacy. And let's step inside and take a closer look at why the McKinley might be one of the most smartest floor plans GFO builds today. And enjoy this tour. what do you think of the McKinley by GFO? It may not be the flashiest home at the first glance, but when you look at the layout, the flow, the three-car garage, and how every space just works, it's one of those smart, livable designs that actually makes sense for real life. And if you're someone who values flexibility, functional design, and solid long-term value, this is a floor plan worth considering. And for the feelers, it gives you the space and to connect, host, and grow. And for the thinkers, it's efficient, well-planned, and packed with usable square footage. And for the fun seekers, you've got open living space, outdoor space, and enough room to make it your own. And if you're thinking about relocating, building from the ground up, or even selling your current home, I'd love to help. You could call, text, or email me anytime. I've helped families just like yours make smart, confident moves throughout Central Texas. And I'd be honored to be your guide too. And don't forget, never go into a builder's model home alone. Having your own representation costs you nothing, and it can help save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. And if you haven't already, be sure to grab my free Ultimate Relocation Guide linked below. It's packed with value whether you're moving across town or across the country. And I'm Ryan Schwartz, your guide to Austin living and relocation, and I'd like to see you on the next home tour. And until then, stay humble, stay hungry, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.